got this one cleaned. Emptied out the baskets. It's looking good. The only problem is all these leaves from the oak trees are starting to shed. So, job security, because all those leaves are going to go back into the water. So, anyways, let's get to the next. Normally, guys, you have an eye where you can see how dirty it gets. This one doesn't have that. See what's coming out of here? That's all the phosphate treatment that we did on Friday. It's gotten all the contaminants that's ran through the system. This is why you need a backwash, because it does make your filter dirty. So you have to backwash that crap out of your system and start fresh. And we're on rinse. I'm gonna let it rinse for about 10 seconds. Sometimes I do this. And now we're back to filter. And we go over here. And we're back to about a 12 on pressure, which is good. Get all the air out. And we're pretty set. And as you can tell, you can see movement in the water where your jets are. There's current right there, and we got current right there, which is good. So now we're going to get the leaves up, get that vacuumed real quick, and then we're just going to shock it really good. Okay, so we have the full vacuum. And we're going to do a vac. Okay, so we got the leaves out of here. I'm gonna take you off the tripod. Okay, so we have a clean slate, basically. So now we're going to do 3 pounds of HTH right down here. We're gonna brush it really good. This is the shock that I've used before, and I've had pretty good success at it. 1 bag treats 12.5. So basically we're doing a super shot because this pool is about maybe 20,000 gallons. So yeah, that's why if you do 3 pounds of shock, that's gonna be pretty good. So you don't want to go over 3 pounds. Okay, get the brush here. Just have you a system here. Okay, one, you got a bean sized pool or bean shaped pool. Start on the narrow end. You're gonna have a narrow end because some of these have a beach. Then work your way down to your deep end where it gets wider. This one's got a little swim up bench, but still it's wider. So I just found it to be easier to start on the shallow end and work my way down. Try not to fall, guys. You got a camera in one hand and a pole in the other, trying to brush. Going back to the old days when we first started this channel, I didn't have a tripod and did all this by hand. Then we graduated to tripods. But yeah, trying to watch where I'm going. Just kind of get the feel of it. If you feel like your brush is in slime and it's real slick, I would say shock it a little bit more. But I wouldn't go over 3 pounds per shock treatment. Just shock it 3 pounds at a time. Down here I can sit back because these rocks are a little bit flatter. But I'm gonna put you all on the tripod, and we're gonna finish brushing this wall and this bench and the deep end a little bit better. There we go. Sorry about the hands and stuff being in the camera. Work in progress, guys. One thing about this new brush, it does a good job. It gets in the areas, and you can turn it where it's like sideways and brush still, especially in, you know, tight areas and corners. But the one bad thing about it is the more it absorbs water, the heavier this sucker gets. So you will get an arm workout, let's put it that way. If you're trying to build your arms, triceps, forearms, this is a good brush to have. So, but I gotta get into shape for swim season, so I'm working on my arms and upper body strength. That's why I tell myself all the time. So looking good. Real good. All right. So, this is the brush I was telling you about. It does pretty good. Not bad. It's a good investment. Let's look at this. All right. As you can see, the chlorine's already starting to take away this green tint. It's cloudy. Even up here, you see the stairs. You got blue tint. And like I said, once it runs through and circulates for 24 to 48 hours, this pool is bass. So, all in all, what I was telling y'all with this pool in particular was all the leaves up in here went into the pool. Okay, there's no cover. As you can tell, you really can't cover because rocks like this all the way around. Now, if you have a flat surface all the way around your pool, you can put in an anchor system, but even with the step, you're going to have a gap. But if you have a flat surface all the way around your pool, you can put anchors in and cover it. But this pool, the way they did the rock up here, you really can't put a good cover on it without having issues. But when somebody goes, oh, just cover it, you're wasting your time, or it can't be done, this pool this season went through this tree dropping, those trees back here dropping, all these back here, because the wind, this is north, okay, northwest, the wind's coming out of this section, and then you have south, and as you can tell, we're on a hill. So up here you catch all the wind, and if the wind's just right, you catch leaves from this pecan tree, this oak tree, and that other oak tree. So, and you got trees all around. So if somebody goes, oh, you're just wasting your time, you're gonna have a mess, it's gonna be green. We went through leaf drop, and it's February the 4th, and this pool could have gone solid green, but it didn't, because one, we kept the baskets cleared, we kept the chlorine up, we did phosphate treatments, and we kept the leaves out by vacuuming, netting, and all that good stuff. And as you can see, Friday I emptied out the baskets. It's now full. So now you gotta dig out enough to get the handle. Look how full that is. And if you keep this regimen up to where the baskets are clear and you have circulation and you keep your chemicals up, you got a pool that looks like this. And it helps. It helps in the long run, because, you know, covering up a pool sometimes, you can't always see what's going on with things. And some people go, well, cover it and worry about it later. Why worry about it later when you just do a weekly service or a bi-weekly service and address the issues when you need to? Let's see how full this one is. Got a little bit of suction. My knee's hurting. What a mess. Man, it's stuck. There we go. Clean basket. Alright guys, pick up my trash. It doesn't take long, to be honest with you. I mean, y'all saw, this is real time. This is not cutting anything out because it doesn't take that long if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing with the pool. You can tell. Just 3 pounds of shot, phosphate treatment on Friday. It doesn't take long. The phosphate treatment that we use is from Clorox, and you basically take it to your deep end, pour a little bit. If it goes like a cloud, if it makes a cloud in the water, you're positive for phosphates. If it makes a little bit of a cloud, do a cap full and treat it. But if it doesn't do anything, I wouldn't do more than a cap. But if it does test positive, I do a cap full of phosphate treatment. And I've had good results. It's done pretty well. So, anyways, this one's done.